Hey everyone, how are we doing today? Hopefully, it's a bit of a weird time. I don't usually go live at this time, but I haven't been going live for a while in general. So, hopefully, we can catch some people live. Just refreshing my feed so I can make sure I can see that. But I wanted to share with you something that I've been working on today that's pretty exciting. There we go. Cool. So, working on a new project. Might help if I bring my microphone over here for you. There we go. New project. And it's all about improving the relationship that we have with our clients, namely in the fact that it's a good working relationship, all the expectations are clear, well defined, respected, boundaries in place, and also it's fun. It makes it easier for the client to have success, and it makes it easier to have your clients comply, and also makes it easier on you and doesn't take up too much of your time with administration. Because I know when I first started out, it was really, how should I say, I saw it a lot that a lot of trainers were writing extensive behavior reports for every lesson, and they weren't making sure that they were getting adequately compensated for that time that they were spending. So they're spending a lot of admin time. So you come home from a day of training, you're exhausted, you're dirty, you probably want to have a hot shower and get in your pajamas if you're anything like me. But you've got to write that training report, you've got to send the client the email with the notes for the session so that they know how to follow through and what to do. Hey Sarah, good to see you. What are you up to this afternoon? So yeah, you don't want to be coming home to your sanctuary at knockoff time and feeling like you've still got tons of work to do because you need to send all these notes and write all these reports. And when I started out, I kind of felt like that was one of the things that maybe I had to do. And I soon realized that it's not. It's not something that you have to do, and that it's optional, and not every client needs like lots of notes or a report or all of this extra work. And eventually I got rid of that. But one thing I have kept and improved continuously is giving clients clear homework. And I've worked on processes of how to do that so that it's not too overwhelming and it's fun for the client, and it makes it easier for the client to follow through. So, how can we do that? Well, I started off with a really simple homework book that I would just print out, and it would just have a couple of lines of new exercises and things to work on. And after using that for a little while, I realized that those two things kind of blended together a lot because not everything was always new, um, but there would still be plenty of things to work on. And then I would have two questions underneath that. One is, what were some wins that you experienced this week? So, in between lessons, what wins did you have? Because it's so important to make sure that we're not just talking about what the client struggled with every week, but what they actually had success with their dog. You want to show up to your client's home and be talking about what went well, and then celebrating it with them and giving them positive reinforcement like we do for the dogs, and breaking it down into little steps and then rewarding the client for it. So you want to give them a pat on the back, say, that's great. And then the other question was, okay, what challenges did you have? So it's not worded like it's this big, heavy ordeal of failures or what went wrong, because it's not necessarily wrong. It's just, what challenges did you face? And then, because there's a space for them to write that down, we can make sure that that is addressed as well, and in a way that we can help them to cover that. And there's nothing more frustrating than when you've given a client homework and you go back the next week and you say, how's it been this week? And before you even really get your answer, you know, right, as the trainer, you know by looking at the dog how things are kind of going. And especially as you start working together in that next session, you can tell if the dog has progressed and if the work has been done and if it hasn't. So you can adapt this for group classes as well, by the way, for anything where the dog eventually has to go back to the home, which is all of our services, whether we're doing board and train, group classes, day training, we taking the dog, online training, give the client something to fill in to record their progress when you're following up on that. So I've had a bit of a think about how can I make this better? And I come up with a new training workbook. And the way that I actually came up with this and figure out what to put in it is I've got a client that I've been seeing for a couple of months now that is training her own assistance dog, and she has level 3, I think, autism, and she's nonverbal. So she gets really anxious and she doesn't say a lot of words, and some days she doesn't want to talk at all, especially if she feels on the spot or awkward or anything like that. So I didn't want to make her feel pressured, and it was easiest for her to leave me a lot of notes. So I already had my homework booklet, and she was writing notes on that. She was writing me so many notes because this was her main form of communication to me, that it was taking up a lot of room. And I thought, I think we can just structure this a bit better and it would be easier for her as well. So one way that I like to do it is give the client a couple of exercises to do with their dog that week, or however long you have between sessions, and assign specifically which tasks to practice and how many repetitions to do, and put tick boxes next to that. So they can do, say, 5 repetitions and tick off 5 boxes. That's one way you could do it. The way that we came up with was to do a box for each day and just have goals for the week. And I will make sure that it's only 2 or 3 tasks that they need to practice through the week, because one of the other big reasons clients don't have success with following through with homework is they're overwhelmed and they feel like they can't fit it into their schedule. They've got too much on their plate. It's too much to do. It's too much to understand. There's too much information. So keeping it simple is important to make it easier for them and not make them feel overwhelmed as well. So all we do, let's see, this might be mirrored, I think, but you can get the idea. All we do is we have week of for the date, we have a list, a short list, keep it short, of goals. And then I still have in the notes section, list any wins you had this week and list any challenges you had this week, so we can make sure it's addressed. Then there is a box for each day of the week. And in each box for each day, they just fill in what they did that day. Just a couple of lines like what they worked on. Did they do a play session? Did they do touch? Did they do sit stays? Did they do a walk? And it keeps it simple, it breaks it down, but it also helps keep the clients accountable, because you will get in a habit with them that every time you show up at the next lesson, you say, all right, let's see your homework book. Let's see how you went. Do you have any notes for me? And if they are a little bit lagging behind or a little bit slack with their homework, keep asking them for this, because this is also your written proof and evidence of whether they're taking this seriously and whether they're following through. And once you show them that you're going to consistently ask for this every time you show up for a session, they will realize that and realize she's going to ask for this next week as well. And then hopefully should start to do it. So it really does help. Now, the reason I wanted to share this with you is because I made this into a template that you can edit, make it your own, add in things, take away things, put your own logo on it, make your own brand colors, all of that. And I gave it to my masterclass members and they seem to really love that. I got a lot of appreciation comments and thanks for that. So I thought that others might like to see that as well. And then I thought, well, why stop there? So some other handy tools I use that just keep things simple, organized, not too overwhelming for the client is I have a puppy toolkit. So this is when clients have puppies, they're maybe having the puppy have accidents on the carpet and keeping them up at night. Plus, they have to train them basic obedience. Plus, then their trainer's telling them, actually, you really need to socialize them above everything else. And that can be really overwhelming for them as well. But one of the things that stresses them out the most is toilet training. And one of the things that's the most important priority is socialization. So in the puppy toolkit that I've got for you, we have a house training example schedule. So the way that I like to recommend to them to keep track of the times that they take out their puppy for toileting and things like that is to keep a brief diary of what time it is, what activity the puppy's doing, and when they take them out to toilet. Oh, hey Harry. I've got a visiting dog at my feet looking really cute. Then there's a template for them to fill out their own. So there's an example one for them and a fill in the blanks one for them. And then one of my favorite tools, puppy socialization checklist. So let me know in the comments if you're watching live or the replay if you would like a copy of all of this, because I'm going to release it hopefully tonight, and there'll be a special on it as an introductory price. And it will be a low priced offer as well, low ticket. So the puppy socialization checklist has 4 tick boxes next to it, so they can tick off what their puppy has been exposed to and how many times. And it goes through all different categories of all the things that we want their puppy to get exposed to. But you can go through it with them and show them that, while it looks like a big list, it's not too bad, because a lot of them are things that they can do at home, do easily in their own time. And so there's that. And then I thought, while I'm putting together like a template pack for you, why stop there? So I don't have printouts of these ones handy, but I've also added into this kit my behavior questionnaire template. So when you are about to see a client, you're learning about them, it's really good to get a heads up of what the situation is, exactly what's going on at home, their habits, their feeding, and you know that when you get there, it could still be a different issue to what the client might think that it is when they're telling you. For example, we often hear people say, my dog has separation anxiety, and then you get there and it's actually not that, it's something else. This gives you all of the supporting information going in so that you can, as a trainer, read between the lines and get a good understanding of what is going on before you get there, just so you can make a bit of a plan and ask them the right questions, because I still recommend having a chat when you get there, but asking them the right questions, getting more information on the important things, and this gives you a guide for that. And I talk about this in the masterclass as well, but there is also another reason to get the client to fill out this sort of thing and sign a training agreement, and that is to set the client relationship, dog trainer client relationship, from the get-go, that you will be asking them to do things for you and they will be expected to do that homework. And this shows you that they have that commitment, because they have to fill in this questionnaire before you go. And if they're willing to do that, they're committed, it's a good sign. And it helps you prepare for the lesson and gives you thorough information about the dog. So I've put in both a PDF and an editable, yeah, that's right, template for that. And then I've also included a template for a training report. And what you guys might really love is I've put in templates for the training agreements as Google Docs, which means you can simply click, add your own logo and title, edit anything that you want to change, like your specific payment terms, and it's then ready to go. The questionnaire is also being done up now as a Google form. So if you want to just grab the link and send it to your client ready to fill out, you can just take that and it's ready to go, and you can start collecting your information from your clients. So that's what I've been working on today. I hope that will be helpful to you guys. I think it definitely will be, because it's been helpful for me. And when you have it all laid out, it forms some processes for your business that can help make admin easier and help alleviate some of the admin that you might feel the need to do when you get home at night and you want to be resting. I love to work from home with like online courses and things like that, but I don't love to work at home so much with having board and train dogs. I've had a couple recently because I've got one client with 2 dogs that once we did the first one, she's now wanted the second one to come in. So that's who's here now. That's Harry. Harry. Mickey. Oh, he's sleeping. Let me see if I can show you guys Harry, because I know you like puppies. I just don't want to disconnect my camera because it's got a sort of cable there. Let's see. Harry. Oh, there he is. Harry is apparently a new breed in development that they're calling a Tamarook, which is a mixture. It's not focusing. There you go. Harry. Harry. Oh, he heard a sound. Harry is a mixture of half Labradoodle, a quarter poodle, and a quarter golden retriever. Harry, come here. So I don't do board and trains very often, but he's only here for the week. And the good thing about these ones is they're nice, easy dogs. They're not in for any serious problems, because I don't think I would take that on at the moment. Just nice, shake it off. Don't bother Lola. She's in her space. You give her space. Good boy. Nice, easy things to work on. So just basic obedience. The main thing that we needed to work on with Harry was actually loose lead walking, and he's doing great with that. Harry, do you want to come up? Come up. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, we've been telling you not to do that all week. And now I want you to. Look. Say hi. I sound like a dog mom. All right. So that's Harry. So my point was, I'll do occasional board and trains, but I mostly want to do like one-on-one lessons, online training, and things that I, 1, enjoy, and 2, don't put a strain on me. So the one thing about board and train is it does feel like constant 24/7 work. Don't eat my plant. And if you are doing other types of training that already giving you plenty of work to do, I just don't want the extra. So the last thing you want to add on is extra admin, creating all of these processes and questionnaires and tools and notes for your clients. So really use the templates and start working on a way to have it that it's just grab and go. Email it, have it automatically email when they book, or email it out, one time what they need, or just print it and take it with you and give it to them, and then it's done. Alrighty, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. If you do want access to the templates, I'll pop a link below. There's going to be a special on that, and I'll email that out as well. So I will see you in your email inbox and in the group. And if there's anything you would like me to cover, please just pop a question in the group, and I'll see you in there. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you're tuning in from, and I'll see you soon. Bye.